Okay, so our course code is 18ME RB0 hydraulic pneumatics. So today we are going to see the comparisons of various power sources. Right, so we know that the automation is important one. We cannot avoid. So how to automate means we can automate with the help of fluid power or PLC or other SCADA or HME, human machine interface, etc. So our course is mainly for fluid power and PLC. Right. Okay, so design of hydraulic systems. It's a functional group in a hydraulic system. So every system we have three things. One is input, another one is output. The between the input and output we have systems. Right. So here the inputs are electric motor or internal combustion engine, or other manual devices. So we will give the input by electric motor, internal combustion engine, or manual. So the form of input is, it may be the electric energy or thermal energy, or even it is a mechanical energy. So the inputs are electrical, thermal, or mechanical energy. So this energy is converted as a hydraulic energy, right? So that is called hydraulic system. So we have three components. One is the energy conversion, and another one is a control system. And again the third component also is energy conversion. So in first one is a hydraulic pump. So pump is coupled with the electric motor. It is electric motor acts as a prime mover, so it will give the power to the pump. That pump is used to convert mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. That's why we say hydraulic pump. The output is hydraulics, so we say hydraulic pump. And in order to create the energy conversion, in order to do the energy conversion, we need some control devices. Normally we have three types of control devices based on our output. For example, if you want to control pressure, then we say pressure control valve. If you want to control flow, then you say flow control valve. If you want to control direction, then you can say it's a direction control valve. So normally we have three kind of control valves. And then we have a energy another again next system called energy conversion. We have some actuators. It may be the hydraulic cylinder or hydraulic motor. Right, so input is the one form of energy. It may be the electric energy provided by the electric motor, or it may be the mechanical energy or thermal energy it provided by the engine. Right, so the output is our requirement. Right, so for example, if you want to lift a heavy object, then it's a final outcome. You want to lift it, so this is our output device. So the input and output, we have a system called hydraulic system. The hydraulic system may convert combine may have three components. One is the energy conversion as well as control system. So energy conversion means hydraulic pump and then control devices. Right. So this is the functional groups in hydraulic system. So similarly, we have a functional group in pneumatic system. So where we have an input, pneumatic control, as well as output. Here also the input are electrical motor or combustion engine. So it may be the electrical energy, thermal energy, or mechanical energy. The output is our requirement, functional part to be activated, right? So in between we have a pneumatic control. It may have a energy control. Again, here we have a compressor, right? So compressor. Fluid power generally works on the compressed air, right? So if you want to compress the air, you need a compressor. So compressors, due to the compressor, it may increase the temperature, so we need a coolers. Or if it is a moist air, then you need to dry. So you must have a dryers and maintenance units. That is comes with the energy supply. And the energy control means here also we have a ports, right? So similar to valves, we have a ports. And drives means it's a pneumatic actuator, right? So input, pneumatic control, and then output. Right, so the comparisons. So the first comparison is we are going to compare pneumatic and then hydraulic. There are main difference between pneumatics and hydraulics are listed here. Number one, pneumatics can work on the higher speed. It may be the 1.5 to 3 meters per second. So for every second, per second, it will move 3 meters or maximum. But in terms of hydraulics, it's a very slow speed, usually up to 0.5 meters per second. Right. So in terms of speed, pneumatics has advantages. Similarly, the force available to 50,000 newtons. So as we know, we can use only up to less than 50,000 newtons. So for if you use pneumatics, the force may have maximum of 50,000 newton. But in hydraulics, you may have a 50 lakhs, right? So you have a huge force. So previous classes also we saw that backhoe loader, right? So the we say it's a JCB, right? So if you want, it requires 2,50,000 pounds for force. So this is only applicable. This is only achieved by hydraulic alone, hydraulic only. Right, so the third point is pneumatics can be used in high temperature areas up to 200 degrees Celsius because air generally insensitive with the temperature, but hydraulics is sensitive with the temperature, so it is not suited for temperature beyond 100 degrees Celsius. Right, so the cylinder force is proportional to the amount of air entering the cylinder and hence highly controllable. Right, so in terms of force, the force is proportional to amount of air entering. So the force is directly proportional to the entering air input, right? So similarly, cylindering travel in the sense speed is proportional to the amount of oil entering the cylinder and hence highly controllable, right? So here the force is controllable, here the cylinder travel or cylinder speed is controllable in hydraulics. The next one, it is well suited for delicate handling jobs, but it is not suited for delicate handling jobs. In terms of hydraulics, it is not suited. The next point is cylinder position is not predictable under dynamic loads. Hence, smooth movement cannot be guaranteed. Here we know that air is a compressible in nature, so we cannot predict the dynamic load, right? So if you design, for example, if you design the pneumatic for 100 kg, you can use only for 100 kg. If you increase or if you change any changes in the output 100 kg instead of 100, if you use 200 or more than 200, then you need to change the entire system. So we cannot predict the under dynamic loads. Hence, smooth movement cannot be guaranteed. But cylindrical position is highly predictable for hydraulics. This is not respect to the loads, right? So movement is therefore very smooth. So pneumatics we cannot get smooth movement, but hydraulics you can get smooth movement. The next one is positioning of pneumatic cylinders can be done with a moderate level of accuracy. It may be the 1 to 2 meter. But positioning of hydraulic cylinders can be done with a much better accuracy, better than 0.25 mm. So if you compare in positioning of cylinders, so hydraulics is a better one. And then pneumatics is not suited for handle high starting loads, but hydraulics it is it well suited to handle the high starting loads. So this is a major comparisons between pneumatics and then hydraulics. So generally pneumatics it works on the high speed, hydraulics it works on the slow speed. In terms of force, hydraulics has advantages. It can hold more, it can create up to more than 50 lakh or 500 lakhs 5 crore newtons right. So pneumatics can be used in high temperatures because it is insensitive to the temperature, but hydraulics is not suited for temperature beyond 100 degrees because it is sensitive to the temperature. If you keep on increase the temperature of hydraulic fluid, then the property may changes. Similarly, in terms of force, pneumatics is better one. In terms of cylindrical travel, hydraulics is better one. And we cannot get smooth movement of piston or cylinder if you use pneumatics. But in other case, hydraulics you can get a smooth movement, right? Because it is not an incompressible. It's incompressible fluids are we use. And positioning also generally hydraulics is better one, right? So again we are going to compare the three things in terms of energy as well as drivers. So for example we are going to compare three things. One is a hydraulic, electric, pneumatic. In terms of transmission, hydraulic is limited one and very slow, but electric is very fast over large distance. That's why electricity. So electricity generally we use wires to transfer the electrical energy. But hydraulic and pneumatics we need a pipe, right? So in terms of transmission, electrical is a better one, but pneumatic is very limited and very slow process. But compared to pneumatic, hydraulic is very slow process. The second one, economical distance, right? So economical distance, electrical is a practically unlimited, right? So we transfer the electric energy via wires, So it is unlimited, but hydraulic it may be the 2 to 6 meters. Pneumatic you can transfer up to 10 to 50 meter per second, right? So approximately 100 meter, right? So here 100 meter, pneumatic it may be the 1000 meters, right? So similarly the transmission speed, electric is a good one. It has 3000 kilometer per second. Assume that every second it can travel 3000 kilometers. But if you compare hydraulic, every second it may travel 2 to 6 meter per second. Pneumatic it may travel 10 to 50 meter per second. We can increase the speed of the hydraulic system, but the safety aspects we never use. Right, the storage hydraulic is limited possibility. The reason is we need to store hydraulic fluids. If you compare pneumatic, we have a availability is very huge, so it is a very simple for storage. But electric, it's a very difficult one, right? So we cannot handle manually electricity, right? It may have some shock, right? So in terms of energy cost, electric is very lowest one. Hydraulic is high, pneumatic is very very high compared to hydraulic as well as electric. So this is comparisons of energy. The next one is in terms of drivers, generation of linear motions. For linear motions and all, electricity it is an intricate and costly one, because the resistance may happen, electric resistance may happen. But in terms of hydraulic and pneumatic, it's a very very simple one. Working speed is approximately 0.50 to 5 meter per second in terms of hydraulic. Electric, there is no specification for working speed, to approximately 4 meter per second in pneumatic. Power density also very high, low. Achievable force is very high with considerable effort. Electricity may have high and limited for pneumatic. So similarly, generation of rotary motion also very simple in hydraulic and pneumatic, but electricity it is a very poor one, right? So efficiency, in terms of efficiency, hydraulic and electric has a good efficiency, but pneumatic has a poor efficiency. So connections, hydraulic it's a very complex one. It requires many components, but electric we have a connections. It's a very very simple one because we use wires. But pneumatic also it's a very simple one. The components weights are very low if you use pneumatics. The overload safety, hydraulics and pneumatics it's a complete one, overload safety. But electricity there is no there is no availability for overload safety, right? So we use earth, right? So in our home we use earth line. If it is any over current, it may pass on to the earth wire. But it is not. Sometimes it may not work, right? So for overload safety, both hydraulic and pneumatics are complete one. So explosive proof pneumatic has good advantage in explosion proof. There is no hazardous in explosion. There is no possibility of explosion. But electric, it may be the possibility. Similarly, hydraulic also partially it is maybe possible. Right, so this is what comparisons. Again, the system characteristics. In terms of system characteristics, the accuracy of actuator movement. Actuator means output device. So compressibility produces a more spongy operation in pneumatic system. So we knew that air is a compressible in nature. So it may create some slow movements, right? So it is one of the disadvantages or limitations of pneumatic system. The second one is operating pressure. So the hydraulic system operating pressure ranges from few hundred to several thousands. So we can use 100 to several thousand, but pneumatics operates only 80 to 120 psi. So the pressure should be very low, right? The cost wise, pneumatic systems are more expensive to operate than the hydraulic system, right? So even though air is available in everywhere, but the component cost is very high if you compare hydraulics. Pneumatic cost is very high. Actuator speed. So pneumatic systems are commonly used when high speed movement is required in application. For rotation speed over 20,000 revolutions per minute are possible in terms of pneumatics. Component weight. Hydraulic system operates at higher pressure, requiring the use of stronger material and more massive designs to withstand the pressures. But pneumatic is a simple components. So these are some of the system characteristics or the component characteristics. Right. So Okay, we know that fluid power, we have two types. One is a hydraulic, another one is a pneumatic. How we select which one is the better one, right? So based on our requirement, we need to select. The one is speed of operation, right? So if you want a high speed, then you can choose pneumatic, right? So if you want a reliable, compared to reliability, in terms of reliability, hydraulic is a better one because it is incompressible fluid. Service life, pneumatics is a better one because there is no wear and tear in pneumatic components. But hydraulic, maybe the wear and tear may happen. Sometimes corrosion also may happen. And sensitive environment, pneumatic is a better one because it is insensitive to the temperatures. But hydraulics may sensitive to the temperature. So for sensitive environment, you can pick pneumatic. So ease of maintenance, pneumatic is a better one. Hydraulic is somewhat difficult. Available expertise, right? So this is again, it may be the labor or it may be the resources, right? So you can choose which one is available. The training requirements. So these are the some of the selection criteria to select media. Media, it may be the hydraulics or it may be the pneumatics, right? So thank you. So